You're tuned in to the Keetria Show and listening to SOB, Style of Business, the podcast with your host, Keetria. We aim to highlight the ongoing trek of entrepreneurs and business owners from around the globe, featuring stories that recount their struggles, experiences, and inevitable road to success and self-fulfillment. Welcome to SOB.
This podcast is being brought to you by my inspiring new book titled Courage is a Muscle, Using Heart to Power Your Entrepreneurial Dreams. You can grab your copy today on Amazon.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Thanks so much for tuning in and checking out another hot episode of SOB, Style of Business, the podcast. This is your host, Keetria, and today I'm here with my wonderful guest, Breion Moses, who is the founder of Seven Hillz Productions Foundation and also Seven Hillz Productions. And today she's going to be talking to us and sharing some information about her organizations, her journey in the film and entertainment industry, and also hopefully sharing some tips and strategies for success. So let's just give her a brief moment to drop that introduction for us, and we will get the ball rolling. Breion, how are you doing today? How's everything going?
Hey, Keetria. I am doing well. How about yourself?
I am doing great. It is a hot, sultry, and humid mess here in the Houston area, but otherwise we are doing fine. Thanks so much for asking.
You said hot, sultry, man.
Yes, ma'am.
And humid.
And hey, you know, that humidity is no joke. So
Right.
definitely excited to have you. I appreciate you taking the time to be a guest. I know you're a busy woman, but let's go ahead and get started in the interview. I want you to give us a brief introduction for those who are not familiar with Seven Hillz Productions and yourself, and then we'll get going from there.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you all for tuning in. And Keetria, thank you for having me. I am the founder of Seven Hillz Productions, as well as Seven Hillz Production Foundation. With who we are, Seven Hillz Productions is a full-service production company, which was founded by myself. And then I decided, hey, you know, I want to do more in the community. And I want to focus. When I say focus, I mean focus more on students and HBCUs, because I am a graduate of the Florida Agriculture and Mechanical University.
All right.
So I decided, you know, that our focus and our emphasis should be on students at HBCUs, students that are interested in breaking into film and entertainment. So our focus really is to inspire the aspiring filmmaker.
That's perfect.
So with our nonprofit, you know, we host an event called the ReelBack Film Summit. That happened back in 2019. It was our inaugural event, and we hosted it on the campus of Florida A&M University during their homecoming.
Oh, wow.
It was a perfect event. And when I say perfect, like it was so many people that got involved.
Yeah.
Number one, into the film summit, we had different panels. We brought back a lot of alumni that are graduates of FAMU, other alumni that are graduates of various HBCUs. We screened films. The panels were very interactive. We did networking, a networking piece for students, and students were able to sign up for internships and even mentorships. So it was a really great outcome. And, you know, I couldn't have asked for anything even better than what we received. We got a lot of outpour from, you know, people in different states saying, hey, are you guys coming this way to bring that? Because we've heard about it. And, you know, it was streaming on our social media. You know, so it was really, really great. Well attended, and I enjoy every moment of it.
Yeah, and I love the fact that you're actually, you know, going a bit beyond just the educational piece, because I think a lot of times, you know, the resources are good, but when you step into mentorship and helping these students to get internships, like that really does help them to gain their footing and to really get into these positions to create films and music in the industry. One of the things I'm curious about, though, is like, how did you get started? Like, what inspired you to really step into the industry and to not only, create your own productions, but to make a space for others as well?
Great question. So I started back in entertainment. It was a while ago. When I was a young girl, like I remember, my mom and both my parents saying, I was sitting to the TV and they were like, "Oh, you can be the face of that. You can do that." So I'm like, okay. My mom booked me with a talent agent and got headshots rolling. And I booked several, different commercials. I booked music videos. I was in Wyclef Jean's music video. I can't remember the name of it right now. It's leaving me. But it was shot down in Miami in Little Haiti. I was the little girl that was, and I wasn't even little. I was a teenager in high school, so I was 12. But I played the role of a young kid jump roping because I looked extremely young. I mean, I still don't look my age, but at that time, like they could not believe that I was a 12-year-old. Right. They thought I was like still in like elementary and middle school. I'm like, no. My mom was like, no, she's in high school. Right.
Hey, you had the face for it. So no, but I think that's perfect the way that worked out because you started early. You started early. Yeah. So like, did you take any theater classes or like any drama, like during your high school career? How did that work out?
Yeah. So I'm so glad you asked me that. So in high school, I did take theater classes. I was in different performances at the church. Our church, every year, we used to always put on these performances. And I love them. Like, when I tell you I live for those performances, I didn't care how big or how small my role was. Right. It didn't matter how big or small the role was because I showed up and did what I was supposed to do. Right. Yeah. So people always said to me, "Oh, my God, one day people are going to know your name because you are going to make it. You're going to be something great." And I've always kept that with me. So after high school, I knew that I wanted to get a college degree. Well, even before knowing that I wanted to get a college degree, that was instilled in me from my parents because I come from a very educated family and not going to college is not an option. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that was well known. Like, you are not going to college. Basically, that's what everybody told me, my mother and father, as well as aunts and uncles and grandparents. So it was like, no.
Did they all do the HBCU route?
Most of them graduated from an HBCU. My father did not graduate from an HBCU. He actually graduated from the University of Houston.
Okay, so Houston time. That's good.
Yeah, U of H. So he actually was very well known, a popular student on campus because I went back to U of H with him. Well, I visited U of H several times, but they were highlighting the alumni. So my dad was one of the alumni that they highlighted. So we went to that ceremony. And I want to say, oh God, I can't even remember. I want to say this was in like maybe 2008, 2009, something around that time. But we went to U of H and his peers were talking about him and saying different things that he's done. And it's always great to see, how your parents were, to learn more about them during their time in college. Because when I would ask my dad stuff, he would give a basic, generic answer, not much of what I was looking for. Right. So when I got there, like his classmates were really telling me the real deal. So that was really fun. But most of my family, and just to go back to your question, most of my family did graduate from an HBCU, but there are a few of them that did not, and my father being one.
Yeah, I can see how that kind of catapults you into going the HBCU route, especially, and even more so, like just going to college when you have people in the family who have been and have experienced it, and they are like passionate about you doing the same. Oh yeah, you go it, right? So I love the fact that you mentioned it.
Listening to stories. So like my older cousins and stuff, some of them were at FAM, some were at Bethune-Cookman, some were at Florida Memorial down in Miami. I had cousins who graduated from Howard, Hampton, Morehouse, Spelman, Clark, Atlanta. So I'm just, naming a few, but, we're all mixed in with the HBCU. But they were telling me, stories about their college experience. And more so, I was listening to my cousins that graduated from FAMU and like Bethune-Cookman, listening to their stories. And then I would go to the homecomings. So experiencing Bethune-Cookman's homecoming, experiencing FAMU's homecoming, going to Atlanta to experience Clark Atlanta's, the different HBCUs. So, I was like, oh God, like I love this, but it was just something about FAMU that I was just like,
I got you.
I have to go there. So, and I was accepted into quite a few universities, HBCUs, and PWIs. So I said, well, where do I really want to go? And I knew FAMU was at the top of my list. So I said, well, you know what? I did the college tours. I did all of that. And I was like, no, FAMU is where I really want to be. I felt more at home. And then I also have family, from Quincy, Florida, which is literally 20 miles outside of Tallahassee. So I have family up there. Then, and then it was close enough to my family, in Alabama, and then, still within Florida and having family throughout Florida. So I wasn't too far, but I was far enough, right?
Yeah.
So, but FAMU was just something about the university that I was just like, you know what, I have to go. And then having older cousins already there, they were like sophomores and juniors when I got there. So, I already have the scoop and the ends, with them, with their friends. And then I also had friends from high school that, graduated either with me or before me. So they were there too. So it was fun. Like, I enjoyed it. And still to this day, people ask me, hey, do you think that if you can go back in time, would you go back and attend FAMU? Absolutely. And all the experiences, I would keep everything the same.
Yeah. And I
just enjoyed my time on the Hill.
You definitely kind of set the scene for me. Just kind of thinking about that experience, because, you have a lot of people who really do enjoy their time at the HBCUs. And I think it's an incredible culture. And I want you to talk about that a little bit in reference to your own experience, like how that kind of molded the way for you to step forward in your own career. Like, give us a little taste of what that was like for you.
So at FAMU, they taught us to be family oriented. They taught us to overcome obstacles. They taught us to be confident. Number one, confidence is key.
Right.
And so they taught us that, everything won't go in your favor all the time, but it's how you pivot and how you overturn those no's into yes. So, it was very family oriented. I love my professors. I still keep in contact, believe it or not, keep in contact with most of my professors from FAMU. And when I say keep in contact, I mean like we are visiting each other's families. We are constantly talking on the phone. I shoot them, text messages. They'll shoot me a text message or email. If I'm in Tallahassee, I go and see them. If they're in whatever state I'm in, we try to meet up. And some of them have since left FAMU, retire, or have gone to another university to pursue other aspirations. I still keep in contact with them. So it is a very, great relationship that I have with them. It has now blossomed into not just student-professor relationship, but it's family.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about. FAMU is all about family. Like, we are one, and we are going to help each other out no matter what.
Yeah. And to me, it just seems like that whole relationship, and the mentorship, when it extends beyond those 4 years or 6 years or whatever your degree is or whatever, that really does make a difference, because now it's like you have somebody that you can reach back out to and, discuss whatever it is you're going through, whether it be like personal relationships, career moves, and different ideas to be able to get their advice. And I think, in terms of your own business, like how has that helped you specifically with the foundation? Because I know, and we'll talk about some of your projects as well, but specifically with the foundation, explain to us like the importance of mentorship and how that has kind of helped you to create your own mentorship for these aspiring filmmakers.
So mentorship is really important because I know, you can create a lot of different things, but it's the impact that you have on the individuals, right? So I said, well, what more can we do for students?
Yeah.
How can we really have a significant impact, on them? So I've decided, let's do mentorships and also internships, because right now, the foundation is hosting an internship. Actually, as we speak, the students are with us. We've been doing speaker series, a lot of different things. But in these series and in the internships, students have connected with the speakers, with them being their mentor. So right now, we have established for students to connect with the speakers and create mentorships, not just within our organization, but also outside of it. And right now, we're doing a lot of different partnerships with other organizations to expand our reach. Okay. So I'm really excited about that, and excited with the HBCUs that we're also expanding our reach into. But I just know that mentorship really, it impacts the students in such a way, because I know my mentors really had a great impact on me with, continue to push me and to give me new ways of thinking, being very innovative in ways. So I said, well, who am I not to extend that to these students? I've had such great success. Let me continue to instill in these students what was instilled in me, right?
Yeah.
So that's how we came up with the mentorship, aspect of it. And the students right now are working really hard with the internship, and I am loving every moment, of it. They're having their chats, you should see them on the, virtually, how they're interacting with one another, getting to know each other. Like, it's fun. Like, they're at different HBCUs.
Yeah.
So it's extremely important. And I can see the impact, in friendships that are starting to develop.
Yeah.
So exactly. I really love it.
Absolutely. No, you're definitely doing a great service. And just the fact that you're promoting the diversity and the opportunities for these students to get involved early. Because, a lot of times we hear those stories where somebody is an aspiring filmmaker, or, they want to do something within an entertainment industry, and they have to wait to move. Like you hear them moving to LA with like a few dollars, dreams and aspirations of doing something huge and just trying to get their foot in the door because they don't have any previous experience. But the fact that you're actually getting a hold of these students and creating a way for them is excellent. And I want you to discuss a little bit about your scholarship, because I know that is something that's important to your mission as well. And you guys have different events for your nonprofit. So you want to touch on that a bit?
Yeah. So the scholarship piece is the students can use it in two ways. We have different requirements of what they would have to submit to us, but their submissions they vary. But once they receive the scholarship, and for students that are interested in our scholarship, you can visit us at 7 Hillz Productions Foundation. .org, and that's SEVENHILLZ, Productions with an S, Foundation.org. And then the criteria is there for them to view. But if you're recipient of the scholarship, you can use it one of two ways. We will pay towards your tuition at your university, or we will help you greenlight your project. Oh, wow. So if you have a film that you're trying to get off the ground, we'll help you greenlight it, giving you the funds to get it going. And when I think about funds, it can be like, with your copyright, trademark, with your attorneys, different things along that line, paying your actors or paying your DP, it's a lot of different things that go into a production. But you can use these funds. We'll help you greenlight your project. So those are two ways that you can use it. We've had success thus far with one of our students. Actually, her short is streaming on Apples and Beats.
Oh, wow.
Right. So we've only been established. The foundation has only been established since 2019. And from there, we've had, success stories. Then we had another student who received our scholarship last year. And he was on the verge of being released from his university because he could not pay tuition. So with his scholarship, we talked to him and he explained the situation. So what we did, we paid it towards his tuition in order to keep him in school.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So, those are the success stories, the impacts that I love to have, with students, because I know it took a community and a village to help me get to where I am today. Not just the success, what you see, but I'm talking about from a young girl to a teenager. You go through those different phases and then as an adult. So I want to continue to impact and not just me, my whole team, all of us, we read these stories and, a lot of times they're tearjerkers. Like I remember on a virtual call and we were going through the different, submissions and reading the stuff and just looking at the stuff that was submitted to us. Like, us as Black folks, we are very creative and talented. And, we laughed, we cried, but it's a team of us that go through these things. And it was times I was like, wait a minute. Oh, God, this person didn't make it. But let me reach out to see how I can be of assistance to them. Try to go above and beyond. Just because you didn't get it this time doesn't mean the next time you won't get it. But even if you didn't get it, I'm still reaching out to you to say that I see you and how can I help you be of assistance? What is it that you need?
Wow.
So
I love it. I'm here for all of it. And that's the type of commitment to service that we need, not only within the film and entertainment industry, but anybody that can be of service to a young, aspiring professional coming up in that industry is, that's going to go for miles and miles. Before we get ready to wrap up, Ms. Breion, I know you have some meetings and stuff to attend. I want you to, if you do, I want you to share any upcoming projects that you have. I know the ReelBack Film Summit is something that you guys do, and you talked about that earlier, but do you have any other projects in the pipeline before we close out 2021?
So we are doing the internships. We have different internships that we're doing right now. We have a spotlight series for students at HBCUs that are doing stuff in entertainment. We have another spotlight series for alumni of HBCUs. And those are upcoming. Well, we just did 2, and we have more that are upcoming. In addition to that, I'm going into production very soon for a new feature. I can't really talk much about it, but it is, it's a really great project. And I'll be able to talk more once, everything is, it's finished.
Right.
But I'm excited about this project. Actually, all of us are really excited about the project. Like, we have worked, several months and, pitching and doing this and doing that. So it's a lot of great things that we have upcoming, but, definitely opening up to speaker series for, our interns. I'm having different people talk to the students because they're very impactful. I know for sure the speaker series that we had yesterday, we have one coming up today. The students could not believe, how down to earth, this one writer is, and saying that, her story was, so inspiring and that she was fun. Like, she was giving them like the real deal of saying, listen, this is what's going to happen. This is how it's going to happen. You need to have a plan. You can't just say, hey, this is something that I want to do, and then you don't have a plan to execute.
Right.
And we talk about networking and stuff like that. We look at the students' resumes to try to help assist them. Look at their social media with their LinkedIn. So it's like a lot of stuff that we do.
Yeah, a lot of good opportunities for you guys to get involved. If there's an aspiring student that fits within the description of what they're looking for, you guys be sure to reach out. Breion, before we wrap, drop us a couple of words of encouragement, and also let us know where we can find you online and where people can go to get involved and to get some additional information on you guys' projects.
So positive impact, I believe in this biblical script. If I can help somebody as I travel alone, let my journey not be in vain. Okay. And that's what I believe in. And that's what I live by. I believe in being of service to all mankind. You all can check us out at 7Hillz.com to learn more about the production side. You'll see at the very top there are tabs where you can also click on the foundation tab as well as the ReelBack tab to learn more about us. There's also a donating button on there if you all would like to donate. If you all want to get involved there, there's a form on there for you to fill out. So it's a lot on the website for you all to learn about us, and shoot us a quick email. We do reply.
Yeah.
So those are different ways. Oh, and then our social media. You can see us on Facebook at 7Hillz Productions. On Instagram, you can see us. Our handle is 7Hillz Productions. And then the nonprofit is 7Hillz Foundation. And then the ReelBack, you can see more about what's happening with the ReelBack. And it's at the ReelBack. Real, and that's ReelBack. All
right, perfect. You guys have heard it here first from Breion Moses, the founder of 7Hillz Productions Foundation, and also the ReelBack Summit and all the wonderful things at 7Hillz Productions. Breion, we appreciate you being a guest, and definitely look forward to hearing you back to talk about that other top secret project you got going. So we'll let you go, and you have a great rest of the day.
Hey, really quick, and I just want to make sure that the people know it's called, the handle for Instagram is ReelBack Film Summit, and that's ReelBack Film Summit.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. Got that one. Go ahead and shout it out one more time for us before we wrap.
All right. Thank you all for tuning in and listening. I am Breion Moses with 7Hillz Productions, as well as 7Hillz Production Foundation and the ReelBack Film Summit. You all can find out more information on our website at 7Hillz.com. On Instagram, you can see us at 7Hillz Productions, 7Hillz Foundation, and ReelBack Film Summit. That's ReelBack Film Summit. Thank you all for tuning in, and I appreciate you having me on, Keetria.
Absolutely. You take care. We'll talk to you soon.
Talk soon. Have a good one.
Thanks for hanging out with us here on SOB. We hope this episode has been resourceful. If you'd like to check out the latest articles or follow Keetria's website updates, just log on to Keetria.com or follow her on Twitter at KEETRIA.